Welcome, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and we're replaying the 1987 Mets season. And this is game 6. I'm going to play one more series before we do the drawing for the 1992 season. I'm going to ask you a question in this game, and you're going to send the answer to combatpainter@yahoo.com. I got about 10, 12 people already who have participated, and they're going to be in the drawing. So I'm hoping that I'll get a few more with 3 more games, adding 3 more games. We're going to get started right away. I got to go work in a little while. I have about half hour to 40 minutes to finish this game. So this game is going to pit Ron Darling, who is a commentator for the Mets in 2019, and with a couple other guys, Keith Hernandez and Gary Cohen. And it's going to be against Bruce Ruffing. He's going up against Bruce Ruffing. And Ruffing is a lefty, so it's righty versus lefty. Let's get started with the Mets lineup now. I put the Mets into sleeves, card sleeves, to protect them because I already played. This is my 6th game with them, and the more you handle them, the filthier they get. So I want to just keep them in good shape. I didn't do that yet to the Phillies because I'm not sure how far I'm going to go into this replay. Not totally sure. Now, something interesting about this replay is that Darryl Strawberry's hit a home run in each of the 5 games we've played so far. He hit a home run against Pittsburgh 2 games, and then 3 games in the last series versus the Braves. This is a 3-game series versus the Phillies in Philadelphia. All right, let's do the lineup. It's going to be Wilson in center field batting first, Tim Tuffle at second base batting second, Keith Hernandez, third place batter, Gary Carter batting cleanup, batting 5th is Darryl Strawberry in right field, batting 6th is McReynolds in left field, Hojo, third baseman, batting 7th, batting 8th is Santana, and Ron Darling is batting 9th. And here goes. We got our trusty APBA cup. It's a must when you play APBA. You got to roll. You got to need the sound. See the sound? All right, that's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman, Schmidt. Schmidt fires to first and gets Wilson. 1 away. Next up is Tuffle, and that's a ball. Ball 1 against Tuffle, high outside. Tuffle again, that's snake eyes. It's going to take us to the second column, so he's guaranteed a hit. And it's going to be a double, 1 hop off the wall, played by Thompson in center. It's going to be a 1-out double by Tim Tuffle, who actually had a pretty good hitting year in 1987. Hit 14 home runs and 350 at-bats. And I think batted about 280. Keith Hernandez now with a chance to drive in a run, and he will. Takes us to the second run. That's a deep drive to right field. Back goes the right fielder, Renicky, to track to the wall. It's out of here. 2-run shot by Keith Hernandez. I believe that's his 3rd of the year. The Mets lead it 2-0. Now, the Mets had a pretty good offense in 1987. I think their pitching staff is what let them down a little bit, but the Mets are up 2-0 on the 2-run shot by Keith Hernandez, and it's Gary the Kid Carter, and that's popped up. That's foul behind the plate, and the catcher Parrish throws his mask, makes the catch. 2-way, Darryl Strawberry, and that's a strikeout. High heat, high cheese gets Strawberry. That retires the side, but not before the Mets come up with 2 hits and 2 runs, and they lead it 2-0 going to the bottom of the first. Milt Thompson, center fielder, he bats left. That's a strikeout for Darling. Curveball got Milt Thompson. Juan Samuel batting second. That's a deep drive to left field. Back goes McReynolds to the track, to the wall. That's out of here. 2-1. Samuel got a hold of a high fastball and unloaded Hayes. That's a deep drive to right field. Back goes Strawberry to the track, makes the catch. 2-way. And Schmidt. And that's a ground ball to the third baseman. Actually, maybe let me double check the book, and maybe a strikeout. 12. Is it a next? Nope. Ground ball 5-3. Both of these teams are 2 in the fielding column, the team fielding column. So the Phillies pick up 1 run on 1 hit, the home run by Samuel, and it's 2-1 Mets. Let's see, it's McReynolds leading it off, 46. That's a strikeout. Second strikeout for roughing. And up is Johnson, and that's a deep drive to left field. Back goes the left fielder. Who is that? Easler out there to the track, to the wall. That's out of here. 3-1 Mets. Hojo connects. I think that's his first home run of the year, I believe. Hojo hit somewhere in the 30s. He had 39 home runs, 35 home runs, something like that. Mets have a pretty good offense in '87, so it's a lot different than the '79 Mets, which I'm playing. I'm in the last month of that, using payoff pitch. Great system, by the way. Santana. And that's a ground ball, second base. Samuel. Right there, puts it, flips to the first baseman, Hayes. And that's 2 outs. Mets lead it 3-1. Darling 22. That's going to be line base hit for Ron Darling. So Ron Darling's on with a single. Now, a nice thing about APBA is it plays pretty quick. 2 out, runner on first. Wilson 22. That's going to be, I can see, deep pitcher. Single to right, runner to third. Excuse me. So runners on first and third with 2 outs. So the Mets have a chance to increase their lead. It's 3-1 right now. Tim Tuffle. He's got a 0-22, a 0 at 44. Look at his card. Whoa, Tim Tuffle. All right, here's the pitch. 63 on Tuffle's card is a line drive, but right at the center fielder, Thompson. And that retires the side, but not before the Mets pick up 1 run on 3 hits, and they lead it 3-1. It's Mike Easler now. I had to go into the Yankees to pull Easler's card out. Excuse me, because the way APBA does it is they leave the players with the last team that they played on that year. So if you played most of the year with the Phils but were traded to the Yankees, your card would be with the Yankees. So I went into the Yankee team. I pulled Easler's card, and he's a lefty batter. And that's a strikeout, second strikeout for Darling. 1 away. Parrish, catcher 65. That's popped up. Foul to Carter. 2 down, and Renicky. This is Snake Eyes. It takes us into the second column. Ron Renicky, 45, and that's going to be a ball that's pulled down the line into the right field corner. Strawberry retrieves it, and Renicky is on with a 2-out double. So the Phils can get within 1 run if they can score this one. Larry Jells to shortstop. I'm looking at his card. Not a really great hitter. 61, and that's a grounder. It's short. Over to first, and that retires the side. 1 hit, no runs. The Phils leave 1. And after 2, it's 3-1 Mets. Hernandez, who's hit a 2-run homer, 43. That's a ground ball back to the pitcher. Pitcher feels his position. Roughing throws him out. Carter, ground ball to the shortstop. Jets fires to first and gets Carter. And now it's Darryl Strawberry, the strawman. 32, and that's bounced to the second baseman, Samuel. Over to Hayes, 3 up, 3 down. Easy inning for Roughing. And Roughing's at bat, 13. That's a strikeout. Third strikeout for Darling. 1 away. Top of the order now. 26, another strikeout. Curveball gets him. That's strikeout number 4, out number 2. And it's Juan Samuel who homered in his last at bat. This time he walks, base on balls. So Darling was a little bit more cautious this time around. And Hayes, 31. Darling is a C, so that's going to be flied out to center field. That retires the side. The Phils lead 1, score none. And at the end of 3, it's Mets 3, Phils 1. McReynolds struck out in his first at bat. And it's a ground ball into left field, base hit. He's on it with a single. Hojo, who homered his first at bat, pops it up here. And that's going to be the third baseman, Schmidt, under it. Santana. That's going to hit hard right at the second baseman. Samuel over to Jets, back to Hayes, 6-4-3 double play. And that ends the inning. 1 hit, no runs, and after 3.5, it's Mets 3, Phils 1. Mike Schmidt grounded to third baseman his first at bat, and he walks here. So the Phils are bringing the tying run to the plate. In Easler, the hitman, 56. That's a strikeout. High Heat gets him. That's Darling's 5th strikeout. Parrish, 35. And that's going to be a wild pitch. So Schmidt gets into scoring position, but I believe Schmidt is slow, so he's going to go station to station. No, he is not, so he'll try to score. Here's the pitch to Parrish. That's 33. That's going to be a second column. And that's trouble. That's a deep drive to left field. Back goes McReynolds to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Game is tied. Lance Parrish gets a hold of a meatball, a wheelhouse, and ties the game with a 2-run shot. 3-3, bottom of the 4th, Ron Renicky. And that's a single. Up the middle, evades Santana, outstretched glove, and it's Jeltz. Did I call him Jets before? It's Jeltz. He lifts one. Actually, no, that's a second base. That's a 12, which is a ground ball to the shortstop. Flips to Tuffle, and that's the force that retires the side, but not before 2 big runs on 2 hits, but the big hit being the home run by Parrish, the catcher. Top of the 5th, Darling leading it off, 24. That's a ball that's skied to left. And right there is Easler. Not known for his defense. He's a 1. Wilson now. And he grounds to Schmidt. Schmidt fires to first. 2 out. Tim Tuffle, who's 1 for 2 with a double, 35. That's going to be a single. So Tuffle with 2 outs is on at first, and it's Keith Hernandez, 43-29. And that's going to be a comebacker. Ruffing feels it, throws him out. 1 hit, no runs, and at the end of 4.5, it's 3-3. Ruffing's leading it off, 46. That's a strikeout, number 6 for Ron Darling. Milt Thompson struck out twice, and this time he lifts one to shallow left. Right there is McReynolds. And Samuel, who's 1 for 1 with a walk and a home run, 32, chops one to the second baseman, Tuffle. Flips to Hernandez, 3 up, 3 down. Go to the top of the 6th. Gary Carter leading it off. That's 1987. Question of the day. It's ground balls, third base. Schmidt throws them out. Question of the day. There were two Mets players who were 30-30 players in 87. Who were they? Strawberry lifts one to left. 2 out. Right there is Easler. And McReynolds, 64. That's a strikeout. That is strikeout number 3 for Ruffing. No runs, no hits. At the end of 5.5, it's 3-3. The question, The trivia question for the drawing is Mets had two 30-30 players. Who were they? Hayes leading it off. Von Hayes. They call him the Stick. First baseman. 25. That's going to be line base hit to right. So Hayes is on with a single, and Schmidt pops one up. Runner on first, 35. That's going to be the Kid Carter right there. Foul ground. One away. Mike Easler, 24. And that's going to be lifted to left. Back goes Johnson. In comes McReynolds, and McReynolds calls him off. High fly to left field. And Easler's 0 for 3 now, 2 Ks and a fly out. Now it's Parrish, 1 for 2. He hit a big 2-run shot in the bottom of the fourth to tie the game at 3. And that's a 41. That's going to be a ground ball to short. And Santana flips to Tuffle for the force out. 6-4, and that retires the side. The Phils pick up 1 hit, no runs. And at the end of 6, it's a 3-3 ball game. Johnson grounds out to second base. Samuel over to Hayes, 1 away. Santana grounds to third baseman. Schmidt pulls one, and Schmidt throws him out by half a step. And with 2 out here in the 7th, it's going to be Ron Darling batting. And you know what? We're going to let Darling bat. 14. That's another ground ball to Schmidt. Throws him out. 3 up, 3 down for roughing. Both pitchers have really settled down here. They started a little bit shaky, but they've come around. We're in the bottom of the 7th, 3-3, using APBA Basic with some advanced rules, basic advanced pitching, and so forth. Like, for example, roughing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll be a C in the 8th inning, but this is pretty much towards the end of his day. So he will be a C there, according to the advanced rules, advanced pitching rules. Renicky bats both, so he's batting from the left side. And that's a 53. That's going to be a line single right in front of Wilson. Wilson misjudged that a little bit, took a step back. A 3 center fielder would have caught that. So we have Renicky on at first base, and he's a fast runner. He's actually from the extra set. You can see his squared edges. That tells you that this is from the extra player set, which I had. I think I bought separately, or it came with a bunch of cards that I bought. Not sure. All right, so Jelts. What we're going to do here with him is we're going to bunt. We'll move this go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 7th. We're going to move it over. Let's see what happens. Runner on first. Gel 63. That's a 30. That may do it. And that is going to do it. It's a ground ball to Hojo. Hojo fires to Tuffle covering. It's a sacrifice, 5-4. Moving to second is Renicky. And now we're going to need a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter, let me look quickly and see at the actual game and see who pinch hit here. Try to go by the actual stats the most that I keep it as close as I can, just to have the real flavor of the experience. I don't know why that happened. All right, let me go to 87 Mets schedule. 1987 Mets schedule. All right, the first game against Philly, the Phillies used to pinch hit. Who the Phillies used to pinch hit? Phillies used pinch runner Chris James, pinch hitter Greg Gross, and Luis Aguayo. I don't know if I have. I think I do have those guys. Okay, let's see. Looking for Gross, and then I'm going to bring in Michael Jackson, who actually pitched in this game. Gross, where's Gross? Aguayo's there. He pinch hit, and I know Greg Gross is in here because I've seen him. Greg Gross, there he is. All right, so Greg Gross is going to come in. He's going to pinch hit. And Milt Thompson is the next batter. So roughing is out, and Jackson is going to be the new pitcher. I'm thinking of walking Gross here, but you know what? I'm going to pitch to him. I'm going to pitch to him. Ron Darling to Greg Gross here in the bottom of the 7th inning with the go-ahead run at second base, and Renicky, a fast runner. So let's see what happens. Do I walk him? Pitch to Thompson and Samuel? Run the risk of giving up 2 runs? Or if I walk him, I have the opportunity to potentially get out of the inning with a double play. Gross is a pretty good hitter. He's got 7 of 22, 7 of 44. So, you know what? I have a hunch. Let's see if it pays off. I'm going to walk, intentional walk. And in the APBA, you got to roll, and that would have been an out. So I'm not happy about that. And it's going to be Milt Thompson now. So we walk the pinch hitter Gross, first and second, and Milt Thompson the batter. And that's going to be a 9. First and second. Thank goodness that Darling is a C, because that's going to turn into an out. Luckily, that's going to be a ground ball to Hojo. Hojo to his left fires the first. Both runners advance. Second and third now. And it's going to be Juan Samuel. Sammy Samuel, the second baseman. Had a pretty good hitting year. He's got a 6 of 22. I don't know if we want to face him. Interesting card. He's got a 3 at 11. That probably means triples. A 5 of 33 which is primarily home runs. A 6, which is doubles, with a star. Is that a stolen base? I don't even know what that means. A 6 with a star. Interesting card on Juan Samuel. Bottom of the 7th. Tying run is at second base. I'm sorry, go-ahead run is at second base. And do we bring in? We got a couple of guys warming up. We got both Myers, Randy Myers, and Sisk. So Gene Walter and Sisk in the lefty and a righty in the bullpen. Sisk is a B, and he would become an A, and we're going to bring him in. We're going to bring in Sisk here. Darling goes 6 2/3. 6.2. Going to get Sisk to come in. Doug Sisk. He's a BZ. He's going to be an A for this one batter, Samuel. Here goes. And he does the job. Hits it right at the shortstop, Santana, over to first, and that retires the side. So the Phillies leave 2 on the hit and the intentional walk. They score none, go to the top of the 8th. It's going to be Jackson leading it off. Jackson's a D pitcher with an X. He's a DX. Thompson is there. There we go. All right, so Samuel is Jackson rather is in here. Okay. Top of the 8th inning. It's 3-3. April 14th, 1987, using APBA Basic. Mookie Wilson. That's a 33. That's going to be a double column. So we have a chance of 33. That's a deep drive to. What is Jackson? Jackson was what kind of? Jackson was a lefty or righty. Jackson is a righty, so he's batting lefty. That's a deep drive to right field. Back goes the right fielder Renicky to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Mookie Wilson gives the Mets a 4-3 lead. And you know that Jackson wishes he had that pitch back. 4-3 Mets, top of the 8th inning. Leadoff home run by Wilson. This is grounded to the third base, Schmidt. So Tipple grounds out. 1 out. And that's 53-19. That's going to be Schmidt is a 5 third baseman. So that's going to be a ball that he dives for. And he's up and throws across the diamond And oh no, that's only in case there's 2 outs. He makes that play. So he's kind of a clutch type of third baseman. So it's going to be an E5. E5, and Hernandez is on. One out, Gary Carter. And that's going to be a 16 is a 28. The shortstop is a 8. So that's going to be a 6-4 fielder's choice. Jackson is an X, but a 28 does not give you a strikeout. So 2 outs, run on first. Carter's on at first base. He's going to go station to station as a slow quality. Strawberry. He's hit a home run in every single game so far this season, but he strikes out there to end the inning. But the Mets pick up one big run on the home run, the leadoff home run by Mookie Wilson. And they lead it by a score of 4-3. Go to the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be Von Hayes, who's got good power. Schmidt and Easler. Here's the pitch to Hayes, and that's grounded to the third baseman. Hojo throws out Hayes, one away. Sisk is still in the game. 43, and that's a comebacker to Sisk. Feels his position, 2 away. Schmidt is out. And 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th. It's Mike Easler. Easler has some power, but in the second column. And that's going to be a line drive base hit to left field. 2 out single for Easler. He's on at first. He's slow. So he's going to move. Let me see if I have that pinch runner. Who did I say they used the pinch run? What was his name? Oh, Don James. So we're going to bring in a pinch runner. And then James is going to go to the outfield. He's actually a little bit of a better outfielder. So James is going to run. Pinch runner, left field. And then that'll be a 2 in left field. So Easler's out. Pinch runner, C.J. James. Here's the pitch to Parrish. Parrish has a 2-run homer. He's 1 for 3 on the day. And that's going to be a strikeout, I believe. Oh, no, Darling's not in there. It's a ground ball to the third baseman. Hojo goes to second for the force. And that retires the side. The Phils get a hit, fail to score. It's 4-3 Mets going to the top of the 9th. McReynolds is leading it off. Jackson is still in there. 53, 17. Renicky and right, he's a 2, a 17 under the fielding column 2 is a single to right field. So McReynolds is on at first with a base knock. Johnson out. And that's lifted to right. Renicky's there. 1 away. Santana, 45. Jackson is an X, so that's going to be a base on balls, first and second. We're going to bring in a new pitcher, and he's going to face a pinch hitter because I know Sisk is not going to bat here. So we're going to bring in the last inning, Renicky. Going to bring in, let's see, quickly. It's going to be Roger McDowell and Lee Mazzilli. Lee Mazzilli's going to pinch hit. So Maz comes in to pinch hit for Zisk. Pinch hitter. Okay, there goes Mazzilli. Pinch hits for the pitcher, Zisk. And we're going to get McDowell in that last inning. Where's McDowell? What did I do with him? There he is. He's a 2Z, a C. 2Z. McDowell is. And Sisk went a couple innings. Gave up 2 hits and an intentional walk. Struck out none. No home runs. 2 home runs for Darling, who gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits in the 6.2 innings that he went. All right. So it's Mazzilli batting. Here's the pitch to Mazzilli. 36. That's going to be a base on balls. Did I bring in a new pitcher? I did not. Bedrosian is a new pitcher. So let's see what his. I did not mention that. Let's see where Bedrosian is. There he is. He's an A, and he's a XZ. So I think that's 2 balls. He's got 2 balls. Renicky. No, I'm sorry. Mazzilli. 22, a 7, with runners on first and second, but with an A pitcher. So that's going to be trouble. Bedrosian is an A pitcher, first and second. And that's going to be first and second, even under an A pitcher, is going to be a single to left. 1 scores, other to third. S out at home. We don't have any S's running the bases. So that's a 5-3 lead. RBI, pinch hit RBI single by Mazzilli. And that's going to send Santana to third. Scoring easily is McReynolds. Mets lead at 5-3. First and third now. Mazzilli actually batted .300 in about 100 at bats for the Mets in '87. That was the second time around with the Mets. He was with the Mets in the late '70s. And it's going to be Mookie Wilson, who's 2 for 4. He homered, singled in the second and homered in the 8th. Gave the Mets the 4-3 lead. Runners on first and third, 1 out. So that means the Phillies are going to have the infield in here. And a 42 is a strikeout. Big strikeout by Bedrosian. Big strikeout. And that was 1.1 for Jackson. And now with 2 outs, it's Tim Duffel, who has a heck of a card. 46. Doesn't show it here. That's a strikeout. And that's going to retire the side. But the Mets pick up a big insurance run here in the top of the 9th on 2 hits and a walk. And they lead at 5-3 going into the 9th inning. It's going to be Renicky leading it off. Renicky, Jeltz, and a pinch hitter. Probably Aguayo. Larry Aguayo. And the new pitcher is going to be McDowell. He's a C, 61. That's a fly ball right field. Strawberry there. Moving towards the line. Squeezes it. Jeltz, the shortstop, 43, 29. That is a ground ball comebacker right to McDowell. McDowell fields his position. 2 away. And now Aguayo, pinch hitter for the pitcher. Pinch hitter. And his name is Luis Aguayo. He's got a 0.22. Mets are up 5-3 here. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. McDowell looking for the save, and he's going to get it. That's lifted to left field. And right there's McReynolds. Waits for it, and that's the ball game. Mets, they win it by a score of 5-3. The win is going to go to, when did I start making the changes? It was still 3-3. So the win is going to go to Sisk. The save is going to go to McDowell. Darling gets a no decision, although he pitched fairly well. Gave up only 3 runs. 3 earned runs. How many walks? 1 walk. Walked 1, struck out 6. Actually, he walked 2 and struck out 6. Walked 2, struck out 6. Gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. And went 6.2, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 2 home runs. Perfect timing. Tells me I got to go to work. Sis came in, gave up 2 hits, and he walked none, gave up no runs. And McDowell came in 1, 2, 3 inning, got the save. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, no home runs. So that's all she wrote. Mets win first game against the Phils in the 3-game set. The question was who were the two 30-30 players on the Mets in 1987? Send that to combatpainteryahoo.com. We have 2 more games to go. Probably won't play another game today. Hey guys, Richard Davis, how are you, brother? I see that you're part of the drawing again. Yeah, I'm just extending it 3 more games. The 5 games kind of went really fast, and I want to squeeze. You know what? And I was trying to figure out what other giveaways I can do, and I do have some other stuff. I don't. I know I have some other strat stuff, so that I can move stuff. I know I'm not going to get to, um, and I'll talk about that after I finish this drawing, and then I'll do some strat, probably 86 Mets, or I don't know what strat I'll do. Who knows what I'll do, but it will. I think I have a strat giveaway next. So anyway, that's it for the game. Mets win it 5-3. Darling gets the victory, and I believe that Jackson leading off or pitching in the top of the 8th, giving up that home run to Wilson, takes the loss. Michael Jackson, that's right, that's his name. Bedrosian came in and did basically 2/3 of an .2, struck out both batters he faced. He's an A pitcher. Oh, actually, no, he gave up a hit. Excuse me. Gave up a hit and then struck out the 2 batters he faced. So he did a good job. Jackson went an inning and a third. I got that there. Gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 1 home run, one to Wilson. Ruffing didn't do bad. He went 7 innings. He was pulled for a pinch hitter. And Ruffing gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, all 3 earned runs. He walked nobody and struck out 3. Gave up a big home run to Keith Hernandez, and then Hojo. Hernandez and Hojo and Wilson each had home runs. And this is the first game that Strawberry didn't hit a home run, and so he had hit a home run in 5 consecutive games, which is kind of a cool stat. And that's going to be it. So this is going to be CP Cards and Dice signing off. Glad you're enjoying it, Richard. Have a great day, guys. All right. I know it's early. I usually play at night, but I decided I have half hour to play right before work. I'm going to go jump in the shower and head to work. Got a big day ahead of me. Be back tonight with. I don't know if I'll play another game tonight. We'll see how I feel. But we'll see. We'll check that out. All right. Bye now.